Hi, it's the Great Vanzini. I'm using a katana today. I bought this. I'm so bad. I buy stuff and then I literally set it aside for like 2-3 months before I get around to really using it, which is a really bad idea. Because from one of the big box stores, I bought one of those little orange micro terrors with the speaker cabinet and the little mini ones, and didn't look at it for like 3 months. And when I did look at it, I realized they had sold it to me as new. It was missing, the box was banged up. I hadn't really paid much attention. It was missing the power supply, and it was like 4 or 5 months down the road. So I bought a secondary power supply. I've never used it since. Noisy. So anyway, the Boss Katana, and I just took it out of the box today. Here it is, January 25th or whatever, and I bought it in September, right before I retired, and with retirement and all that stuff, I just got really busy and never got around to messing around with it. And I thought, wow, I haven't played with that yet, so I thought I'd take it out and it's really meant to be a high gain amp, and I'm not big on the ouch. That is that's in the 5 watt mode, or the half. It's not even 5 watts. It's a half a watt. Wow. And therefore that explains. No, it doesn't explain. There's just a tremendous amount of noise. To really get clean, you got to go to the 50 watt mode. It's a 100 watt head. I'm not too big on the crunch or the lead, and certainly not the brown tone, but even within the clean mode, you can that is where it is cool, and that's where it's outstanding. You keep it in clean mode and you pump the gain up, and you get that slightly overdriven bluesy tone, and to my ears, yeah, I guess it's solid state, but I sure can't tell it. It sounds like I got some tubes going or something, but so I'm probably, other than when I'm recording and need some really heavy distortion, I'm probably not going to use a lot of distortion. But in the clean mode, you can crank it up, and it's really quite nice. I got to get rid of this. I got to push it aside though for now. So I may be back in a second here. We'll see how it goes. My last fun with chords, we looked at 3 chords. I'm going to review this real quick. We looked at 3 chords: an A minor 7th, a C6. We were designating those top 3 notes as repetitive notes in 3 different chords: A minor 7th, C6, a D ninth. And I ask on the little informational section of the video if anybody can think of. I forgot one, and there you can actually do an F major 7th. Now that's a real jazzy chord. Normally I would play it up here. It's got lots of jazzy quality to it. It's the 7th we find in the major scale. There it is. But I can do it here. I can hit that F note, and I can use the top 3 strings, and that's an F 7th. Put the C on down, you get the 5th. Sorry about that. So we got 4 chords: F minor 7th, C6, D ninth, F major 7th. Here's a new song. Yeah, so look for repetitive tones. So if anybody guessed that, I will give them credit in the information down below. So we spent 5 minutes here talking about everything except what we came to talk about. And this is a Fender Telecaster with a unique story. I first saw this guitar on an Anderton's video that said there were only 500 being made, and they were made in Mexico, and it's a special edition, as some of them are, and it was in orange, and I was ready to write Andertons in the UK and say, look, I'll pay the shipping, just give me one, because there's only 500 being released in all of Europe. And there was also 500 of a cherry red version of this being released in the USA. And so I thought, man, I'm going to get one out of Europe. I don't care what shipping is. I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna get that guitar. And I hemmed and I hawed, and about 3 weeks later, I was up at Guitar Center, and there was one hanging on the wall. And I talked to the guy at Guitar Center, and of course he had no knowledge of what it was. He said, we just got it in. And it appears to be the same exact guitar, as far as I could tell. I haven't gone back and looked at the video to make sure, but it's close enough. I basically wanted it because it had this rather unique configuration with a three-way toggle. It's not a typical Telecaster at all. Three-way toggle up here instead of the switcheroo thingy down here. And it's got volume and tone. I hope you can see that, volume and tone for each pickup. And it's got two P90s. And it sounds incredible. So I got it. So then my goal was, I said, I'm going to buy one of the cherry red ones released in the USA, and I never saw one. So they must have released a few of these or a lot of those. I'm always leery when I hear that only 500 are being made, because it would be real easy to say, well, let's make a couple hundred extra, or another 500 or something like that, and sell them here in the USA. And unless they come with a certificate and are numbered, I'm always leery of that sort of thing. But I saw it in orange with P90s, and I got it, and it wasn't, it was a made in Mexico Tele style, and it was the same price as whatever they were going for back then. I can't tell you how many years ago it was. I've had this quite a few years. I've still not gotten around to taking the plastic wrap off the pickguard. I just never do that. I never get around to it. So I got it. I have seen one other. I mean, I live in Oregon, so it's not like there was only one and no others. I actually saw a guy playing one in a town just south of me, about 25 miles. I went to a benefit concert, and here one of these guys was playing sort of semi-country music using one of these, and I just didn't get around. I was going to pull him aside and say, hey, what's the story there, bud? Where did you get yours? Because I know he didn't get it at the Guitar Center I got it at, because this was the only one they got in. They did not get another one in. So he may have gotten one at a store about 70 miles to the south, down further south of where he was at by about 45 miles. So anyway, that's the story. I don't know what it is. It's really a nice guitar. It's got great binding and stuff like that. No binding on the neck or anything like that. It does have the off color, I don't know what they call that, just a darkened neck that looks like almost like an aged wood. It's not roasted. This was way before the days, roasted necks are, I never even heard of them until just recently. It does have the three, I don't know what they call it, the three Tilta adjustomatic bolt-on neck, and I got it and played it for a while and thought, there's needs something wrong with this neck, and I took it to one of my guitar guys, and we really did everything we could. We made a little bit of a neck adjustment. We adjusted the saddles. We looked at the nut was fine, and he said, I think you really got to have a shim in here to give it the right neck angle, and that's what we did, and it plays really good right now. I mean, that was years ago. Let's just run through it. It can be pretty sharp. Of course, I'm going through the katana, so I mean, amps affect the tone of things way more than as much as the guitars do. So, oh heck, what do I want to? That's in the neck. I've got everything adjusted up full treble. Both both pickups. Neck or bridge, middle. A little more depth in the middle. And you go to the neck position, and I don't know if there's... I've questioned if there isn't something wrong with it electronically, because when you go, man, listen to the difference in that. It loses volume. It's just the volume's gone. There's both pickups. But clearly that bridge pickup is just dominating. So you don't hear a lot of difference between the bridge and the two pickup combo. Go to the neck. It's just, it gets right into that muddy MIDI. That's interesting. Maybe the switch is going on me. It seems like it kicked in. Anyway, I'm just going to do a quick overview. This is actually one of my favorites. I don't play it that often. I should. It's funny, when I get a guitar that I really love, it's like I don't want to play it because I'm going to wear it out. I want to keep it. Silliness. Absolutely crazy. Let's see in that neck position. I don't remember. Yeah, here's the treble control on the neck position. So here it is wide open. Here it is fully closed. I suppose if I just amp that up somehow. Nope, not going to work. If I just amp that up, sometimes on some guitars you can get through that muddiness because it's pushing the sound a little. But this is okay. It does have a good control. Wow. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. So many guitars have that all or nothing business going on. I hate that. Where the tone control is pretty much worthless. It's all treble until you turn it down, and then bam, that's it. You're in the no tone at all area. Let's see how it works on the bridge. I don't think it will. I wonder if there was a short or something. Gosh, it sounded really weak there when I first started. Now the bridge sounds pretty good. Let's roll that off. Whoa, yeah, that's pure mud. Yeah. They done good. They done very good in terms of the tone controls where you can actually have some control over them. I love P90s. I love these P90s. So often, P90s, you know, because they're single coil, just really make... You can hear noise. There's noise, and I'm on the clean channel. If I turn the gain completely off, I don't know the controls. Well, if I turn the gain completely off and the volume way up, you can still hear noise. I have one of those hum debugger pedals. I need to try that. It's in the box. I haven't tried it. This is pretty I'm afraid to try it in the 100-watt mode because my speaker cab here I'm using, you can't see it here, you've seen it in other videos. It's just one of those 112 Fender cabs made to go with the XD amps. They're a good deal. If you find them used and they're in good condition, play through them. Make sure there's no damage to the speaker or anything. You should know right away. But, you know, 125 used with the speaker in a cab, and they actually sound, man, they got a Fender vibe about them. That said, I don't play live anymore at all. But if I did, I have a Dr. Z with a greenback in it. I would use that. It's such a good speaker. The problem is it's only rated at 25 watts. This is rated at 65, I think. I'm not sure. I think 65. And but I go out to a power engine anyway, so 25 is fine as a monitor. Anyway, so I'm having fun with the Katana and an old guitar. It's cool. It's fun. And it's a Fender Telecaster Custom, made in Mexico. Yeah. Upcoming, I'm going to have one made in Korea that they claim is, well, back in the day they claimed it was made in their Korean custom shop. And they were a little more expensive than the made in Mexico ones, but still less expensive than ones made in the USA. So put it in the middle position, of course, with P90s, and they cancel each other out a little bit. No noise. Go to the neck position, the noise is back. Bridge position, noise is there. But put it in the middle, which is not a bad idea if you want to cut the noise. You put it in the middle and then just turn the if you want the bridge pickup, just turn the neck pickup down a little bit. Although there's such a little difference in tone. Yeah, my switches. Well, there's a good show and tell right there. Bridge. This will be bridge to both to neck. Neck to both to bridge. I actually like it in the middle. Yeah, that's it. It's just a beauty. It's kind of one of those guitars, heck with playing it. I'll just sit there and stare at it, you know, and mess around with it. It's got a, I don't know, I can't tell you much about neck profiles. I'm just dumb. Unless they're really thick or they're way too skinny. This is a pretty thin profile. This seems thinner. I don't have my others. I've already put everything else away. Seems a little thinner. This seems like the Korean one I'm going to be showing here pretty soon. Anyway, I got to get out of here. Or I got to get you out of here. Or I will go on all day. So that's going through the Katana head. I'm really impressed with 100 watts. And there's some way, it's got a built-in speaker so you can practice at home. I guess in the 0.5 watt mode. I'm guessing that's what it's for. I don't know. And I only tried it out one time. I don't remember if there's I think you just have to unplug the main speaker and it goes to that little built-in speaker, which sounds fairly bad, but you know, it's made for practice. So anyway, it's the Great Vanzini. Thank you for watching. If you'd like, you can subscribe down below. You can give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. Make a comment about what your thoughts are on these special Fenders. Tell me what you thought about the F major 7th chord down here. Goes well with the C major 7th, F major 7th, C major 7th. There's a song in there somewhere. Paul Simon may have written it already. Oh, this does have one quick update. If we look at that, let's see if I can actually get it in there. If we look at the truss rod adjustment, it's got one of those bolty things that sticks way out. There's no truss rod cover, nothing like that. It just sticks out. And I can't give you any history on that. I know I've seen them before in other ones, but I don't know the history there. Is that an old school thing, or is that something something they just did for a few models? I don't know. Anyway, again, sorry, just jabbering on. Thank you very much. It is the Great Vanzini, and any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Thank you very much. Bye. I got to remember not to get up and walk away while I'm talking to the audience. And sit up straight. Yeah.